Listen carefully. If all debt disappeared tomorrow, the modern global economy would collapse within weeks. Not slow down, not shrink a little. Collapse. Banks would stop lending. Businesses would freeze hiring. Governments would run out of money. Entire industries would stall almost overnight. And here's the strange part. Most people believe debt is a problem inside the system. But the truth is much more uncomfortable. Debt is the system. Without it, the modern economy as we know it simply cannot function. Because nearly every dollar, euro, pound, or yen circulating in the world today began its life as borrowed money. Not earned first, borrowed first. Your home mortgage, corporate expansion loans, government bonds, student debt, credit cards. Even the digital balance sitting quietly in your bank account exists because somewhere, someone borrowed. Which raises a question that almost nobody asks out loud. If the world runs on debt, what happens if the debt stops? To understand why this question matters, we need to step back and look at something that most people never see: the total debt of the world. Right now, global debt sits at roughly $300 trillion. That includes governments, companies, households, and financial institutions. 300 trillion. To put that into perspective, the entire global economy produces about $100 trillion of goods and services per year. That means the world owes roughly 3 times more than it produces annually. And yet, most economists don't panic when they see this number. In fact, they expect it. Because modern economies are built on a simple but powerful assumption. The future will be bigger than the present. Businesses borrow because they believe future profits will grow. Governments borrow because they expect future tax revenues to increase. Consumers borrow because they expect future income. Debt is essentially a bet on tomorrow. It allows people and institutions to pull future economic activity into the present. A company borrows money today to build a factory. A family borrows money today to buy a house. A government borrows money today to build highways or fund programs. Then the cost is repaid gradually over time. This system has powered enormous. If you borrow $100,000, you might repay $120,000 or $150,000, depending on the interest rate and time. That extra money must come from somewhere, which means the economy must keep producing more income, more productivity, and more growth. In other words, debt quietly pushes the system to keep expanding. Growth becomes necessary, not optional. And this works as long as expansion continues. But occasionally something interrupts the flow of borrowing. When that happens, the effects move through the economy surprisingly fast. Businesses cancel expansion plans. Consumers delay large purchases. Banks tighten lending standards. Investment drops. And suddenly the economic engine begins losing power. Economists call this credit contraction. But in simple terms, it's when the fuel stops flowing. A powerful example happened in 2008. In the years leading up to the financial crisis, credit expanded rapidly across the global economy. Mortgage lending exploded. Housing prices surged. Financial institutions built complex products tied to real estate debt. For a while, it looked like unstoppable prosperity. But underneath the surface, leverage was building. Debt was rising faster than income. And when confidence cracked, the system reacted violently. Banks stopped trusting each other. Lending froze. Housing prices collapsed. Major financial institutions failed. Within months, the global economy entered the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression.